What's going on, guys? So it's been about 2 months since my last Diablo post, and with the upcoming release of Diablo 4, I wanted to make this video and just go over my plan for Diablo 4, what character I'm going to start with, what I learned from the beta, that mistakes that I made that I won't make again come release, at least the first 25 levels anyway, because we don't know what the rest of the game holds. And yeah, just go over my plan and my experience so far. So I started off with Rogue. I got into level 25. Then I made a Necro, like a corpse explosion type Necro, which you see here, with summons. And that was pretty fun as well. If I was going to play hardcore, I'd probably do Necro because you're further away from the enemies. Then the Rogue has to, always be at melee range for the most part. Well, for the build that I want to make anyway. I want to do a Shadowflurry melee build. But, both classes were fun to play. And they both had great AoE damage and even single target damage. But in any case, my plan is going to be, so go Rogue and make something similar to my Shadowflurry build. I made a video on that if you guys want to check it out. And I'm not sure what the drop rate is going to be. There's a lot of good rares and upgrades early on, and I also got a lot of these obols, which I was able to gamble, which I might possibly do again depending on how quickly I can get dagger upgrades. So if the normal mobs and bosses don't drop upgrades for me, gambling is always a good option for weapons. I won't focus too much on armor and stuff the early game because it's pretty easy even on the higher tier difficulty, and even potions and elixirs early on weren't needed as much. Once I start feeling it's like slowing down my progress, I'll look into these elixirs and potions. For the healing potion, I do want to upgrade it because I tended to forget that when I was leveling up my character. So I think it's every 10 levels you go back to town and upgrade your healing potion. So next, I did a little bit of enchanting, which you kind of like re-rolls and affix on one of your pieces of gear. Now, I just did this for fun, but early on, I don't think I'm going to waste the gold on that until I have like a true weapon that I want to upgrade, a true rare weapon, before I make it into legendary, because the costs go up exponentially. So that's another mistake I made early on. Really just testing that I'm just going to save my gold early on until I'm at a point where I can't really get any upgrades at my current level, or I found like the perfect rare item that I want to upgrade and then put a legendary aspect on. Here you can see I'm upgrading some legendaries just to see what the cost would be and the enchanting material cost. Not too crazy, but I mean, at this point it was just kind of testing, but I was finding upgrades like every few levels anyway, so this really wasn't too necessary. Another thing I want to get more involved in the later levels, and I'm sure they'll be more useful later on, is crafting gems and socketing them into gear. I found life on kill was very, very helpful when you're killing tons of mobs. Like your health can regenerate really quick. Then you don't have to use certain skills that cause your health to go up. You could just focus on damage and then have your gems give you more life on kill. So that's one of my plans going forward. Planning out my legendary aspects. There's only limited ones in the beta, so I want to see like what the true Rogue arsenal of legendary aspects are, and then make my build. And ultimately, plan out that and learn from my mistakes in the beta, and then just enjoy the game. I mean, I'm going to play solo like I usually have. Do events if they come up. If there's other people doing events, I'll join in. World boss, maybe not. I don't know. But again, mostly solo. If I have any items that aren't upgrades, I'm just going to sell them if I don't have to salvage them for materials, and just kind of have fun with the game. All too often, I mean, I'm researching tons of YouTube videos and seeing what other people say about the game, but I just want to kind of go in, form my own opinion, and just have fun with the game the first time through, and form my own opinion. Finding these altars was pretty cool as well. I'm sure there'll be more in the other regions and areas of the game that aren't unlocked. The silent chest, I did buy some keys, but the drops weren't great, so I might do a few if the drops are still not great. I'm going to just use the obols for gambling. And while I have a build in mind, this could definitely change after the next 25 levels, because difficulty probably should ramp up. I mean, the first levels in any game are usually easiest. Just kind of figure out, the different boss mechanics and build my way up. I'm really interested in trying out, because it wasn't in the beta, the Paragon board, because that could open up a ton new opportunities for different build choices, in addition to, as I mentioned before, the different aspects for the build. So to start off, I'm just going to focus mainly on the rogue, because I want to see the optimal build I can make on my own without doing any kind of research for that anyone else is going to do. I mean, there's so many possibilities between the gear, the different enchantments, the sockets, the glyphs that you could actually socket into the Paragon board. So there's so many. There's probably millions of different build combinations that you can make. But I want to make my own with my own experience and see how it works. This probably won't be the best. But then after that, I'll be interested to see what everyone else is doing. So I'll post my progress as I play. And let me know in the comments below if you guys are playing Diablo 4, what class you're starting with. I think a lot of people are probably going to be sorcerers. I'm kind of tired of that, playing that mostly in D2. So Rogue it is. That's my plan. Feel free to share your plan in the comments below. Thanks for watching.